What's up, everybody? This is Jason from Straight Edge Knives. Hey, we're coming at you today with a new video. It's a review on a Worktuffgear blade. It's going to be the Bear Claw. And you know what? We're going to do it today. This is the first video from the new kind of outdoor studio that's still a work in progress, but we got this nice big kind of open tabletop bar. We're going to go over the specs on this bad boy, kind of give you a quick look at it, and then we're going to hit pause on the video and we're going to move on over to the working area where we do all our cutting and testing and stuff like that. But you know, it's been a couple of weeks since I was able to make a video, and I'm excited to get back out here, and I'm excited to do it with this Bear Claw from Worktuffgear. I mean, this thing is just a big old tank of knife. Look at this nice black Kydex sheath right here. But you know, you guys want to see the blade, man. That's we're all here. We're all blade fanatics, right? So check out this mammoth jammer right here. Look at this beautifulness right here. I mean, this is just, oh, this thing is just sexy. I don't know. I think it's just a very, very gorgeous looking blade. Look at those green liners in there. You can see that getting nice and close. Sorry, I'm looking down at my phone to make sure I've got a nice, good shot here. It's kind of a work in progress, guys, so bear with me as I dial this in right here, this whole studio area. But man, this thing is just a very... For as big as this is, I know I say this a lot with some of the knives, but it's not as heavy as it looks. It's just, I want to say it's a light knife, but it's not a heavy knife as well. But I mean, it just feels very quick. If you had to come in and do some, you know, quick, fast chops, you know, you'd be able to do that. Come in reverse grip, you know, reverse grip, it's a little bit awkward, not in a bad way. It's just, I don't think we're used to holding something with this amount of weight in a reverse grip. You got this nice big finger choil here. You can get your finger here, get up nice and tight, you know, do whatever you got to do. This handle is like just kind of perfectly sized for my XL hand. Like my finger gets right up in the choil here, and my pinky is right down in this little swoop right here that kind of locks my hand. And so it's just like almost like a perfect grip right there. And it just fits in nicely. Put my thumb on the back, choke up on it nicely. Like I said, that finger choil, you got to do some finer work. And, you know, I'm going to show you guys some of that stuff when we get to the testing part. But this is just kind of a quick look at it. I'm going to go over the specs, and then we're going to move over, and we're going to start putting this blade to work. This is the Bear Claw, again, from Worktuffgear. This was designed by Aurora Borealis Knives. It's, overall, it's 15.2 inches with a blade length of 9.9 inches. The cutting edge from here to tip is 8.9. You got a blade thickness of 0.23. It is a saber grind with a convex edge. I'm telling you guys, it's as sharp as sharp. You know, it's a saber grind with convex edge. It's got a drop point with like a false edge swedge up here, so it's still gonna have some tip strength, but it'll take a little bit of that weight out, and it gives it a sexy look. It's Bowler K329 steel. It's a machined G10 handle. I'm not sure what the color pattern is on this handle, but it's cool. It's kind of like a brown blackish kind of thing with that green liner. It just pops. It's really good. The knife weight is 24.3 ounces. With the sheath, you're looking at 30.7 ounces. It does come with a black Kydex sheath. It'll also come with some D-rings and a shoulder strap, so you can essentially I'm having a brain fart, guys. I cannot for the life of me think of the name of that carry style. What is going on? Anyway, you can throw it over your shoulder. It's been a long couple of weeks, guys, and I'm just... Baldric carry. Jeez Louise, man, what is going on there? I could not think of it. Baldric, you could Baldric carry it. But man, the guys, this thing is coming in ridiculously sharp. One thing I can always say, every Worktuffgear knife I've ever gotten has had just a screaming edge on it. I mean, and those edges just hold up very, very well, man. The saber grinds that Vic does over there with his convex edges, they're just nasty. I mean, they're nasty sharp. But, you know, I know you guys are excited to see this thing get to work, so we're going to go put it to work. Stand by while we switch over to the working area over there. All right, guys, here we are at the working area. As you can tell, it's just literally right from there to here. But, hey, so what did I do with the knife? There it is. Set it down. I'm trying to move stuff around here. So here he is, back out here. Give you, again, another nice look at that. And, again, I wanted to kind of show you that. Oh, man, those green liners just pop, man. It's just, this thing just feels awesome, man. You can just get in there. I did want to give you a little bit of a closer look at the sheath. It's a nice sheath. Very well made. Vic, I mean, he always does a good job. I mean, just the tiniest bit around, not hardly anything at all. But man, it's got a nice drain hole here. I mean, it's going to hold the knife in very well. I mean, it's a heavy knife, so if you shook it super hard, you might be able to pop it out, but there you go. See, I mean, you have to put a lot of force in it to do it, but it's got a nice little thumb wrap in here, so you can just pop it right off. And oh yeah, you know what? Since I got it off, let's get to work, right? So let's get into the testing. Here we go. We're going to start off with the stab test. I got myself a brand new ag source catalog. You know, I like picking these things up. They're good to stab through. You know, I can come in here and with this nice finger choil right here, we're going to be able to lock our hand into place, and we're going to come in here. We're just going to get a couple of nice good stabs. Oh, see what we can do. Oh, I think we went all the way through. Yes, we did. Right there's the tip, guys. Right there. That's what she said. Oh, yeah, I got it in early. So, right there, first stab, went right through this catalog. You guys can see, decently thick. That's a lot of paper to go through. And it, you know, basically the only thing that really stopped it was the stump once I got through. But you guys can see here, this is where I stabbed. Let's see if I can do this. You guys see this? I mean, it's just left a big, I mean, basically the hole coming in is as big as the blade, as wide as the blade. So, I mean, definitely come in here. It stuck into the lock. Not by much, but there it is there. There's the tip again. So, stabbing, you can definitely stab through some stuff. Let's do a little quick chop here on the corner. See if we can make it rain a little bit. You know, make it rain some paper. Bam, there it goes, baby, making it rain. You see that? Nice clean cut through there, not a problem. Set that off to the side. Check that edge. I mean, obviously I don't think there's gonna be any edge damage, but you know, we'll check it for scientific purposes, if you will. Even though I'm no scientist, never claimed to be, never will be. So there it is. I mean, chop that chunk of phone book off, no problem. Now I made a mess, but that's all right. Here we got some poly rope, guys. This stuff's a mess too, but I like cutting it for you guys. Bam, cut through it, no problem. Let's double it up here. You got this nice big blade. I can kind of grab right up in here in the finger choil. Bam, right there, cut. Let's chop through all 4 of these. Bam. Explosion of rope, guys. Now this one's gonna be a mess, guys. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleanup here. My wife's gonna kick my butt. Guys, this here is that 3/8 inch thick sissy rope. This stuff is, like, you know, it's not easy to cut. It's kind of really fibrous and rough on the blade edges. But, you know, if you had to come in here and chop a little chunk off, there it goes, off into the bushes. Not a problem. Let's say you want it to be a little bit more precise. You didn't want to fly it everywhere. You kind of come in here and just do a little sawing motion. Bam. Cut it right off. Not a problem. And again, always say this stuff. It works good for making fires. I say that all the time. I'm going to keep reminding you because this might be their first time watching the channel. Right here we got some, well, I got my dog over here making some noise. Right here we got some air compressor hose rated for 3,000 psi. It's kind of a harder plastic, fiber reinforced plastic hose, if you will. Stuff's not always the easiest to cut, but you know, if you had to come in here and cut a chunk off, there you go. Didn't do it hard enough the first time. That's what she said. Oh, dang. Got you guys again. So you can chop a piece off, it'll go flying away, or you can come in here, bam, saw yourself off a little piece like so. You got it right there. That's my puppy dog, Ruger, right there. Say hi, Ruger. He's like, no, he's taking off. He's camera shy. But if you had to come in here and cut this hose in half, you could easily do like a little press cut. Bam, cut that hose in half, not a problem. Toss that to the side. What we have here is the good old fire hose. This stuff is legit fire hose. It came off a fire truck. It is used fire hose. It is 2 layers of like a really thick abrasion resistant canvas and with a layer of rubber that's glued inside. This stuff is meant to go through car wreckages, fire, glass, everything. Very, very cut resistant, very abrasion resistant. So it's not always the easiest thing to cut, but we're going to see if we can't just go ahead and do a little saw through here. If I can get it to stay where I want it. There we go. Want it to come through. Saw through it. You could saw through it, cut your chunk off, no problem. Or if you weren't really in a hurry, put it in the right spot here. Bam. Look at that, cut almost all the way through. That wasn't a good chop. There we go. Look at that. Just by the littlest, tiniest hair here, it stayed on there. That is probably the toughest piece right there. There we go. Help if I hit it in the right spot. I almost did. I almost got you right there, guys, with another one. But we're going to continue on right here. So we're going to stab through this right here. Bam. Obviously, went right through. Let's do this right here. I'm always worried I'm going to stab myself. Ah, there we go. Choke up on it. There you go. Bam. You can cut and slice through. Fire hose, you're going to be able to do it. I mean, like, again, that fire hose stuff, guys, is super tough. This edge is still stupid sharp. That stuff is actually kind of like, acts like sandpaper a little bit to the blade edge because it has a lot of dirt and grime still in it. It kind of, as you're cutting through, it kind of almost acts like sandpaper to a certain degree, but let's see if we can take a little bit of, yep, got some hair off. Not a lot, but pretty good still. Considering it took a little bit of that edge, but it still feels sharp. But anyway, right here we got a belt. Sorry, I got a little bit of head cold too, so I'm trying to fight that. I know, I got a head cold again. But anyway, here's a belt here, leather belt. Let's say you had to cut through some hide, a deer hide or something. You got yourself a Sasquatch, and you're trying to make a Sasquatch belt, and you had to strip this stuff down. Come in, do a nice little cut right there. You can cut through some leather if you need to. Again, if you had to, you can easily come in and cut you off a piece that goes flying in the bushes. So if you had to cut through leather, thicker type of hide type material, you could do that as well. It is a big blade. If you had to come in here and do some skinning, caping, things like that, with this nice round belly up here, you theoretically, I think you could do it. What I would do is I would tie a lanyard through here, loop it all the way through your arm so the lanyard's over the top of your forearm. That way you could grab the top of the blade here. The lanyard's going to hold the blade down here to your arm, and then you could come in here and try to work out and do. It's going to be a little bit tough because it's a big blade, but you probably could do it, especially with a bigger animal like a squirrel or something like that. You're going to have a little bit of a hard time, I think. But with like an elk or something like that, or this is the only blade you had, I think you'd be able to get in there, do that work if you had to. At least get it most of the way done so you can get out of there wherever it is you're at. I did come across some more rope-like material. I've kind of always used the same two styles of rope, but I was at the Hobby Lobby the other day and found this, I don't know what this stuff is. Nautical rope cotton. That's some fancy stuff, guys. You know, it's fancy. This is for, you know, your bathroom decorations and stuff like that. But it's a cotton rope. It's not super thick, but it's still there. It's something to cut, and got it zip tied up together here. Let's pull that out. So let's just cut ourselves a piece of this off and, you know, see how well this cuts through. Oh, there it goes. So, cut right through it, and I dropped my microphone. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to blow into your ears there. Where did my thing go? So I had a little magnet that goes underneath my shirt and keeps my, there it is. Keeps my microphone in place. And if I don't knock it off, it does a pretty good job of staying right there. Sorry about that. Little technical difficulties. Anyway, cutting through the nautical cotton rope. You know, like let's say you're at a fancy house party and, you know, you got to get out of there, man. They got some fancy stuff hanging in their sailing boat room, if you will. You know, you might have to cut down the nautical rope that they have for decoration and rappel on out of the bathroom there. I don't know, I'm just making some shit up, guys. But anyway, you could cut through this, no problem. Come in, do a nice little chop, bam, you're good to go, ready to rock and roll. Out the window you go, and off to pounding some beers at the local pub, right? So, up next we have some more fancy. This is nautical rope jute, not to be confused with whatever the other one was. So we're going to tear this stuff off. So this is jute rope. This is really similar to the sisu rope in the fact that it's very fibrous, and it's got like a resin type material that helps hold it together. Again, stuff's pretty rough on knife edges, I feel, but you have to come in, bam, cut your piece off, not a problem. You can do it. Come in here, do a chop, bam, cut it in half, take it out of the stump, ready to rock and roll. Again, you're rappelling out and heading down to the pub, pounding some Guinness, right? Let's do it. So this is diamond braid rope. This is 3/16 inch thick. It's kind of basically like a version of like a thicker version of paracord, if you will. Found this at the local Harbor Freight, and I was like, yeah, you know what, let's buy some, try it out, cut some of it up, give it the old 1-2, if you will. So it's a little bit thicker than your typical like I said, cut right through it, not a problem. A little bit thicker than your paracord, but it's a little bit of a different material, because it looks like paracord on the outside, but on the inside it looks like it's like a nylon type of rope that's in there. So let's peel this stuff back, you guys can see it. It's like a real kind of fibrous nylon rope, so it's not too hard to cut, easy to cut. But come in here, chop a piece off, chop another piece off, chop another piece off. Now what went to 1 went to 4. That's some crazy math skills right there, guys. So there it is, guys. Kind of cutting rope and other type of materials like that. The Bear Claw is going to be able to easily do that. So next up, we're going to jump into the wood stuff, right? So this is a wood dowel that apparently my dog got a hold of. You can see that. He likes to get sticks and chew on them. So we're going to come in here and we're going to just kind of do make a little feather stick, you got, like I say, you got to make your fire. Maybe you got to make a spear, something like that. You can easily, I'm not even choking up in the choil, and I'm able to come in here and, if you can see that, just roll my thumb on the back and just start digging in. A little bit more control if I get right up in here in the finger choil. I can easily come up in here and start making it, digging in, making it. Bam, there you go. You see that, guys? So again, my dog chewed up the end of the stick, and you're like, well, that end's kind of useless now, so let's get rid of it. One swing there, and I went about 3/4 of the way through. Bam, there you go. Cut it right off. So you can chuck that in your fire. So let's say, again, you got to make a tent stake, so you got to make a sharp end first, right? So you just come in here and do some light chops. Basically get it down to a point, then you can come in here, choke up, make it a little bit more of an acute point. If I don't knock my microphone off again. Just hogging off wood there. That's what she said. Woo, dang, I'm on one today, guys. Missed you guys, man. I got to get those that's what she said's in there for you. But you could easily come in here, get it down to a finer point, make your little spear, make your tent peg, whatever. Let's say you had to notch out this end so you can be able to lash that cotton rope, the cotton jute rope, nautical, by the way. Good day, sir. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, you can come in here, kind of dig this in deep. Oh man, there's so many good ones, guys. I gotta control myself. So you kind of come in here. Oh man, I am on one today. Must have been all that coffee I had earlier. Me and my daughter went shopping, and we drank coffees with extra shots, and yeah, I think I am a little hyped up. So a little hyped up from the coffee, and I'm a little hyped up knowing that I'm out here making this video for you guys, because man, I love making these videos. They're so much fun. But got a little sidetracked there. It's not the best little notch, but again, if you were to stick this into the ground, sideways, you could tie your rope around it, and it's that little notch is gonna help hold it in place, as you can see there. You know what I mean? So can you make notches and things like that? Make tent spikes, make vampiric badger spears. Absolutely, you could do that with the Bear Claw. So next up, we're gonna get in. We gotta do a little bit of batoning, man. We just have to. That's just the nature of the beast. I know some people don't like it. Some people think it's dumb. It's one of those things, guys, where you may or may not be in a situation where you have to do it. You know, sometimes stuff happens. Let's say you're out riding your, you know, side by side out in the desert, woods, or whatever. Darn side, but you roll it, and let's say you fall out and it goes tumbling 300 feet down a hill. Well, your axe and silky saw and all that stuff is down there at the bottom. You can't get to it, but this was still on your hip. It's getting cold. You know, deserts at night freeze. This might be what you have to use to baton some sort of wood. So bear with me. It's, yeah, is it the perfect tool for the job? Absolutely. You know, no, it maybe isn't, but it may be what you got. So that's why we do it. So please don't mistake me. You know, I know there's better tools for the job, but sometimes you have to do it. Bam, right there. Obviously the bear claw can pound right through. Not a problem. Let's get this other piece back here. Come here, you sucker. Ah, there it is. Can you baton? Yes, you can. Ooh, man, that should go flying. Let's check this edge. No chipping, no rolling. Still perfectly fine. That's still sharp, guys. Still sharp. No issues at all. Look at that. So, can you baton? Hell yeah! Can you do some chopping? We're about to see. So, I kind of run out of 4x4s because I've been doing a lot of the 30 hit chop challenge. I need to go buy a new one. But we're going to do 30 hits right here in this spot. And we're just going to see what we're going to see what the old bear claw can do. So, maybe I should stand up for this. All right, 30 hits right here to here. Let's get it, baby. 29, 30. Bam, look at that. 30 hits right there with the old bear claw. Not a problem, guys. Do some chopping with this sucker. What I like about this handle is I'm able to, with this little swoop right here, even though my hand fits perfect, I still can kind of choke back on here, kind of get the little swoop between my ring finger and my middle finger. Give me that little extra whip leverage, or between my pinky and my ring finger. Gives you that extra leverage for chopping, which is very nice. But yeah, you know what, we still need to do a little bit more chopping. I feel like we gotta do some more. So this is a shit, is this a 2x8? I think it's a 2x8. I don't know. It's, you guys tell me. I'm not a carpenter. I don't know. I just have wood laying around the house and I just like to chop and hit it. So let's do it. So 30 hits in this 2x whatever the hell it is. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's say you had to do, let's just do a little bit more stab testing here. Oh, there it is. Got this little piece right here. We're just gonna stab into it here. This came off of a pallet, so. Ooh. Ooh. Let's do a little tip test here. That was pretty hard on a tip, guys. I know typically you wouldn't want to do that, but with the way this swedge is designed and this drop point is designed, this isn't a super fine, acute tip. It is a strong tip, okay? Don't get me wrong, this thing is still going to pierce. If you had to stab something, it's still going to pierce in nice, and this thing is still sharp at the tip right there. But as I roll it out of this piece of wood, I mean, you can see the kind of damage it did. Chunk this out, not a problem. And come in here, stab it again. Had to make your bow drill divot, you know. You could easily come in here and carve you out a hole, you know. Hell, I'm almost splitting this thing. Look at that. All the way through there, not a problem. So, held up nice. Let's see. Absolutely. Guys, this bear claw, that's a good size knife. It is a big knife, but it's not overly big. It's got weight to it for chopping and things like that, but it's not overly heavy, if that makes sense. Is this something I can see you traipsing around the woods with? Yeah, I think this is a really good sized knife to do a lot of heavy tasks, but it's still small enough to do some of the finer stuff as well. It's not, is it the most perfect giant knife? No. Is it the most perfect smaller knife? No. I think it's a good in-between knife. It's a good kind of do a little bit of everything knife, you know. Let's just get up here and let's see if we can make some more wood shavings with it. I'm gonna choke up on there. Yeah. See, even as big as this is, I'm still able to come in here and roll off, slicing down, making some really nice little curls here. Some of them came off, you can see there. I mean, you can, like I said, kind of get in here, right up in this little sweet spot right here. If you had to be really kind of delicate, come in here, make some nice smaller pieces. Or if you had to come in and just lop off some stuff, I mean, you've got plenty of blade here to do it. You can see those chunks flying off. Just start hogging off material or throw it out of your hand. Guys, Bear Claw from Worktuffgear, designed by Aurora Borealis. I know I probably said that wrong. Damn, it's a cool knife, man. It is a really cool knife. I just really dig it. It's got a real sleek look to it. It's I'm trying to say, it's like a, I want to say it's a Bowie, but it's not quite a Bowie, if that makes sense. It's like a camp knife that did a bunch of cocaine and went and hung out with a bear. And if you know what I'm talking about, that was a damn good movie. Anyway, guys, the Bear Claw from Worktuffgear, awesome blade. If you can pick one up, man, I suggest doing so. This thing is cool, wicked. I mean, for its size, it's wicked fast. You can come in and do some cool ninja stuff. I can't because I'm not a cool ninja, but there it is, guys. The Bear Claw from Worktuffgear. Thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll see you next time.